called F1 Dream Team, which should hopefully be quite interesting. And the idea of this is you have a F1 team. You have, I don't know, £1 billion budget and access to a time machine. Um, so what you've done, you set up an F1 team. You've also got a sister team, so you can pick 4 drivers from any point in time, and an engine, technical staff, anything you like, livery, and a woman for some reason because we decided that would be part of it. So let's go for you first, James. What's your F1 dream team?
Well, I have been trying to think of it during the discussion, and I've come up with the driver, but I haven't really thought about anything else. I've thought about the woman, but I haven't really thought about anything else after that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hear it.
Well, for the drivers, obviously I would have Ayrton Senna in the main team as the main driver, sort of the Vettel of the team.
Yeah.
And then as his teammate, I would have Kimi Räikkönen purely because he's very consistent. I think since he came back after rally and he was only not completed one lap, and that's because he tried to drive off the track at Brazil last year.
Yeah. That was true.
And then as in the sister team, I would have Jenson Button because I think he's a good driver, and I would have Hamilton as well because I think he's just really quick.
And they'd make good teammates, of course.
Yeah.
And any other things? Do you know what you'd call it?
I don't know what I'd call it, but I'd decide on like the livery. I would have it like screens, and it would like change colour during the race.
Oh, that's quite cool, actually. I like that idea. So you could have like you could have lots of different spots. You could have adverts. You could have Go Compare and stuff like that. It'd be great.
More budget.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. Okay, cool. I like that. What about you, Tom? What's your F1 dream team?
Well, I have a few drivers, and I won't say Ayrton Senna because he's now already been taken. I think I'll go for Juan Manuel Fangio, the 5 times world champion in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'll go with him. I'd put Peter Collins because they got on really well, and I respect Collins. He was fantastic.
They're very good friends. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think in the other team, I'd go for Alberto Ascari and Fernando Alonso, which is pretty much almost the Ferrari dream team.
Yeah, that would. They'd love you, wouldn't they, in Ferrari?
Yeah. And then I'm going to take, for the engine, the Cosworth when it was in its dominant days, because it was dominant. And the staff, I'd have Colin Chapman, John Cooper, Rob Smedley, and Rob Byrne, because they were all, well, Chapman and Cooper were both fantastic innovators, and I like Smedley, and Byrne was the guy who was behind the Ferrari cars between 2000 and 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a pretty classic team there.
Yeah.
Have you thought about a name?
Nothing that really sounded any good. I mean, Upton doesn't sound so good. Things so.
That's not bad.
Not really a name yet.
That's all right. Yeah, that's cool. I like that as well because there's a lot of. It would be quite cool to see those drivers paired up again. Yeah, that's good. Stuart, let's see what your dream team is.
Well, first of all, my drivers, I don't know. I haven't really got any specific drivers that I like. Because I've always got criticisms about everyone at some point.
It doesn't have to be a perfect team. Just something you'd like to see happen.
Something I'd like to see happen. I don't know. I'd like to go for Sterling Moss.
Yep.
Let's put him with Lewis Hamilton.
That would be interesting.
But then, as my what's it called? Not the race engineer, the person who designs the car. What are they called?
Designer.
Damn. I'm gonna go for Albert Speer, who was Hitler's personal German architect during the World War II. Because he had quite some nice ideas for architecture in Germany. So I thought maybe he'd make a nice car as well. Well, at least make it look
brilliant.
Nice.
So
I'm gonna go.
I don't know how you got the Nazis involved in this. I really don't.
Well, I've got to try, haven't I?
Yeah, you do.
So I've gone for him as my luscious woman.
I forgot about the woman.
I've gone for Dorothy Branding out of EastEnders.
Good choice.
And I suppose if I'm going to have anyone else just to add a bit of spice to the team, I guess, I don't know who I'd go for. It's got to be someone a bit influential. I think I'd probably have you, Jake. I think you'd make a good team director.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think you, Albert Speer, Dorothy Branning, Lewis Hampton, Sterling Moss. With maybe with a bit of added, I don't know, a bit of added Alfred the Great. Maybe that would. I think that team would be perfection.
I think you're stretching the time machine a little bit. I don't think it's supposed to go this far.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. But no, yeah, but then you can't have Senna because Senna's dead.
Yeah, but but if you've got a time machine, he wouldn't be dead, would he? Because you go back to before he died.
Yeah, and Alfred the Great wouldn't be dead.
No, I'm not saying he'd be dead. I'm saying it's just okay. Fine, it's fine. No, it's alright. It's okay. Yeah, that team wouldn't lose. I don't think that would be the good one. Have you got a name for it?
Hitler's
No.
Hitler's jolly bandwagon of fun drivers, and the colour scheme would be a nice navy blue with the picture of a tiger on the front with Jake's picture photoshopped onto its face.
Yeah. It would be unique. I'd give you that. I don't think I've ever seen a team like it. So good work on that, I guess. All we need now is some sort of Rocky Balboa situation where you can sort of pit them in a virtual contest, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. So we'll just have to leave the judgment of which would be the best team up to the listener.